If you're looking for a compact and minimalistic urban backpack, look no further than the Alpaka Metro Backpack. Marketed as a commuter oriented bag for minimalists, I bought into the clean aesthetics the Australian bag maker was selling and daily carried the 12-liter version for nearly 5 months now. For a backpack that has a vibe that fits perfectly with the overpriced social media oriented marketing of many products nowadays, I surprisingly found the Metro to actually be great value. With that said, would I buy this bag all over again, knowing what I know now, carrying it for almost half a year? Let's find out. I'm Alex from the Semnotics, and this is the Alpaka Metro Backpack. All right, let's get this out of the way. The 12-liter of this backpack is really tight. That's the one I have, measuring at 16 and a half inches by 9.8 inches by 6.1 inches. The pebble-like oval shape of the form factor really crops out things you can squeeze inside the bag that you could do in other bags that are more flat. Part of what makes this bag look so attractive, though, on the outside is due to that round shape, and it's constructed in a really nice looking manner, and I can't complain much about the looks. While the company says you can fit a 14-inch MacBook Pro into the laptop slot, which you absolutely probably can, it's essentially a perfect fit with a thin laptop sleeve wrapped around it that doesn't leave a lot of wiggle room. Speaking of the laptop slot, it's located inside the main zipper compartment of the bag. Fortunately, it does a great job of tucking it away using a terrifically stitched honeycomb mesh pocket that has the inner lined with a soft touch material to protect the computing device. I'm very pleased with all of the interior materials used by Alpaca for the Metro. Everything is just well put together and it exudes a high level of quality even if the materials themselves don't always feel premium. For example, the brand Alpaca uses a recycled fabric they called Axoflux that is weatherproof and PFAS free. No chemicals that risk human and environmental health. That sounds great on paper, but the actual 300D level of this Axoflux used on the Metro actually does a pretty decent job of enduring the elements. Water isn't absorbed onto the outer material and is easily able to be wiped off the exterior surface. Also has held up rather well from, scratches that you may encounter scraping against doors or shelves or something while outside. While the black colorway that I sport does pick up, I see these white markings when I take it off during everyday use, it does clean off pretty easily. I'd say that the durability of the Metro is on par with some of the more popular premium options of backpack brands on the market right now. For storage in the main compartment, Alpaca has a grand total of 6 pockets to organize all of your goods. There are pouches sized for laptop power bricks, as well as small notebooks and water bottles. A zippered mesh compartment is also located in the main area that can comfortably house headphones and smaller objects in place. All in all, I did find the compartments to be adequate in housing modern tech accessories while keeping everything neat and organized. Aside from the main storage, there's one more storage area that's accessible for users to quickly pull items they may use more frequently out. This vertical access pocket has 2 pouches that's wide enough to house a couple of small gaming handhelds. It's an interesting proportion because it's too narrow for a tablet, but a little too much space for a smartphone to slot in here. I bring this up because gravity will come into play with these pouches, as since they are vertical axis oriented, and that means that the items will shift to, down and right towards the zipper when it is in transit when you're wearing it straight up. I haven't had anything fall out when unzipping the bag in its normal position, thanks to a slight additional residual kind of material that's past the receiving zipper line, and it acts as a buffer or a lip for the items. Still, items that don't occupy all of the real estate on this pouch area will move around when they're worn. The Metro really wants you to open this storage area slung sideways over your shoulder. Alpaca also slots in two pen holders in between the pouches in this vertical access pocket. They are really deep. A regular pen without a pocket clip will sink past the surface, and you'll have to push it out through the material on the bottom side to get it out. This makes carrying EDC compact pens a bit troublesome to pull out quickly at times. It's not a big deal, but it is kind of interesting to consider why they would have such a deep pen slot. This wouldn't be an EDC urban bag if it didn't have a key clip somewhere on the bag. This is also located in the vertical access pocket, and while the strap isn't retractable, it gives wearers a decent amount of length when pulling this thing out. The strap is sewn near the bottom of the bag and requires the zipper to be fully open to access this. I would have preferred it to be on the top part of this compartment, as people pulling their keys out to either unlock a car or tap their badge onto a scanner usually want to push this action through quickly and move on. If the strap is near the top of the bag, the wearer wouldn't need to open the zipper all the way down and risk items stored in this area dislodging and falling out of the bag. With that said, I really like the magnet mechanism Alpaka chose to implement for this key clip. The actual clip itself is capable of magnetically disconnecting from the strap. That means it's basically a keychain that you can keep in your pocket if you needed and magnetically clip back onto the backpack for safekeeping after. I just wish I could slip this out without needing to unzip the entire pocket to pull it out. And then my other pet peeve is the absence of a bottle pocket on the outside of the bag. I get that it's a compact design and that one of the pouches inside the main compartment can technically hold the bottle, but I surmise a lot of people have similar daily uses like me, where it's slightly a bit of nuisance to have to pull the backpack around your body and open it up to take a sip of water before resealing the zipper to encase the bottle back in. A little thing like that even comes up when I get out of the car and I pause to open the backpack up to throw the bottle inside before getting out. On bags with a pouch that's instantly accessible, carrying the bottle becomes a second nature motion that can be accomplished seamlessly. Finally, let's talk about the comfort. No matter how good a bag is, you won't wear it if it isn't comfortable and you can lug it around all day. The straps are pretty comfortable on my shoulders, I have to say. The padding isn't overly padded, but it does have enough cushioning to ease off some of that carrying weight, especially around the upper part. The same can be said about the back support on the Metro, as the backpack gives enough hard padding to support my back. Since the bag is so compact, it's inevitable that the weight will centralize around a certain part of the wearer's back depending on how they adjust their straps, how high or low it is. It certainly isn't an uncomfortable carry, but I've worn bags that made me feel less strained after a long day. So the Alpaka Metro backpack is a really strong contender in the compact bag space, in my opinion. This thing is built with quality behind it, and everything from the handle to the stitching of the compartments, everything just feels like it was worth the money I paid for it. It doesn't truly have any like shortcomings of notability, and it's just operational efficiency choices that could have been better suited for wearers. Still, if you're looking for a bag with a small footprint that also looks as nice as it was put together and it doesn't cost a leg, the Alpaka Metro is a terrific option. Once again, I'm Alex from Hypnotics. Let me know what you guys think of the Alpaka Metro, and if there's alternatives to this bag you want me to review, I'd be happy to take a look at it, and I'll see you guys next time.